Worried about buying a used car with an engine that sounds like it's auditioning for a monster movie? Well, you've come to the right place. Before we dive into our list of car nightmares, let's give a big shout out to our pals over at Reviewologist. They're like the friend who always knows where the good deals are, helping you find your next ride without the engine drama. Now, let's get to the good stuff, or maybe the bad stuff. Today, we're talking about the top 10 least reliable used cars, all thanks to Consumer Reports. Yep, these cars might look shiny on the outside, but when it comes to the engine, they've got some serious issues. Think of them like a fancy toy that breaks right after you buy it, except, you know, with wheels, alright? Picture this, the 2021 Chevy Suburban. It's like the big boss of family SUVs. Roomy, powerful, and perfect for road trips with the whole crew, even the dog. But here's the catch, its V8 engine has a mind of its own, and not in a good way. The Suburban's engine struggles thanks to something called flawed lifters. Basically, the lifters are little parts that help the engine run smoothly, but in this car, they're about as reliable as a Wi-Fi connection during a storm. Oh, and don't forget the active fuel management system. Sounds fancy, right? Well, not so much. It's supposed to save fuel by turning off some of the engine's cylinders when you don't need all the power, but instead, it causes even more engine problems. Yikes. So what's the verdict? The Chevy Suburban got a score of 7 out of 100 from Consumer Reports. Yeah, 7. That's the kind of score you'd get if you showed up to class without your homework and didn't even bring a pencil. Next up, we have the 2019 Audi A6, a luxury sedan that looks like it was made for cruising in style. But don't let the fancy exterior fool you. It has some serious problems under the hood. The Audi A6 comes with a turbo engine, which sounds cool, but for this car, it's more of a ticking time bomb. The engine has been known to fail, leaving drivers stranded on the side of the road, probably wondering why they didn't just get a bicycle. Oh, and let's not forget the alternator. This little guy is supposed to keep the car's electrical system running smoothly, but in the A6, it's as dependable as a flashlight with dying batteries. Electrical shutdowns are super common, which means your car could just decide to take a nap mid-drive. And trust me, the repair bill is about as high as the Audi's price tag. Ouch! Consumer Reports wasn't too impressed either, giving this luxury sedan a low score thanks to its frequent engine and electrical breakdowns. Imagine paying top dollar for a car that has the same reliability as your old toaster. Let's talk about the 2018 Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid. It's a family minivan that promises to be eco-friendly and super spacious. Basically, your dream ride for school drop-offs, right? Well, not so fast. This van has some seriously shocking problems. Literally, the Pacifica Hybrid's biggest issue? The EV battery? Yep, the very thing that's supposed to make it fuel efficient ends up causing all sorts of headaches. From not charging properly to downright quitting on you. It's like a moody teenager who refuses to get out of bed. And speaking of charging, there have been some reports about the charging ports causing fires. Yep, you heard that right, fires. That's not exactly the kind of heat you want in your family vehicle. In fact, there were so many problems, Chrysler had to issue recalls. No one wants their minivan to be that exciting. With all these issues, Consumer Reports gave the Pacifica Hybrid a dismal 5 out of 100. That's about as low as your chances of getting the kids to clean their rooms on a Saturday. Now let's talk about the 2018 Jeep Wrangler, the off-road king that's built for adventure. You'd think this tough-looking SUV could handle anything, but this year's model has some serious issues that might leave you stranded in the middle of nowhere. First off, the Wrangler is known for oil leaks, and we're not talking about a few drops. It's more like the car is trying to leave a trail of breadcrumbs so it can find its way home. Then there's the overheating problem. Instead of climbing hills and conquering trails, this Jeep is busy cooking itself under the hood. But wait, there's more. Engine misfires and stalling are common with this model, so don't be surprised if your adventure gets cut short by a sudden breakdown. It's like the Wrangler just throws in the towel when things get tough. With all these issues, Consumer Reports gave the Wrangler a score of 11 out of 100. For a car built for rough terrain, it sure has a rough time keeping itself together. Next on the list is the 2014 Ford Fiesta, a compact car that's easy on the wallet. But as they say, you get what you pay for, and in this case, you might end up with a whole lot of headaches. The Fiesta has a knack for overheating, and we're not talking about just getting a little hot under the hood. In some cases, the engine seizes up, which is just a fancy way of saying it stops working completely. Not the best thing when you're trying to get from point A to point B. This little car is also notorious for its transmission issues. Imagine shifting gears being as smooth as roller skating on gravel. Plus, the engine cooling system doesn't seem to get the memo on how to actually keep the engine cool, leading to even more problems. Consumer Reports gave this Fiesta Fiesta a 9 out of 100, so while it might seem like a fun ride, it's more like a party where the DJ keeps messing up the music. Let's talk about the 2017 Cadillac ATS, a sporty luxury sedan that's supposed to make you feel like a race car driver. But unfortunately, this one is more likely to stall out than speed up. Under the hood, you'll find a turbocharged engine, which sounds fast and exciting until it starts leaking oil. It's like the car's trying to leave little puddles everywhere it goes, and that's just the beginning. The timing chain, which keeps the engine running smoothly, has some major issues in this model. When it goes bad, your engine might stall or misfire, and trust me, nothing ruins a stylish ride like your car suddenly sputtering to a stop. The ATS is a bit like a diva that needs constant attention just to keep going. Because of all these engine troubles, Consumer Reports gave the Cadillac ATS a low reliability score. So while it may look fast and fancy, owning this car might feel more like being stuck in slow motion. Now, let's take a look at the 2015 Nissan Altima. It's one of those popular midsize sedans that many folks love, but it has a few sneaky issues that could ruin your driving experience. First up, this car has a serious problem with excessive oil consumption. Imagine pouring oil into your car like you're filling up a swimming pool. Yikes. It's like the Altima is on a mission to drink as much oil as possible. And if that wasn't enough, the engine is known for overheating. Picture this, you're driving on a sunny day and suddenly your car feels hotter than a pizza fresh out of the oven. Not exactly what you want when you're just trying to get to your destination. Oh, and let's not forget about the CVT, continuously variable transmission. It's supposed to give you a smooth ride, but many Altima owners have reported problems that make it feel more like a roller coaster ride, up, down, and all around. With a Consumer Reports score of just 12 out of 100, the Altima is definitely not winning any awards for reliability. It's a bit like that popular kid in school who can't seem to keep their grades up. Next up is the 2013 Mini Cooper S, a car that's as quirky as it is cute. With its fun design and zippy feel, it's hard not to fall in love at first sight. But hold your horses. This little guy has some serious engine issues lurking under its stylish hood. The Mini Cooper S comes with a turbocharged engine that's supposed to pack a punch, but instead it often suffers from timing chain and turbo problems. Think of the timing chain as the conductor of an orchestra, keeping everything in harmony. When it goes out of tune, you might find yourself dealing with frequent turbo failures. It's like having a superhero sidekick that keeps tripping over its cape. And guess what? These turbo troubles can lead to repairs that cost more than your favorite video game console. Ouch. Consumer Reports isn't too thrilled either, as this car has a reputation for reliability concerns due to those pesky engine problems. It's like that friend who always promises to bring snacks to the party but shows up empty-handed instead. Now let's talk about the 2016 BMW X5, a luxury SUV that screams sophistication. You'd think driving one of these would feel like riding on a cloud, but this cloud has some serious rain clouds hovering over it. The X5 has some major engine issues that you wouldn't expect from such a fancy ride. We're talking about oil leaks and turbocharger failures that can make your wallet weep. Imagine taking your luxury SUV in for repairs and finding out it costs more than a trip to Disneyland. That's right, the engine repairs for this car can be more expensive than a new pair of designer shoes. And with frequent breakdowns, you might find yourself stranded on the side of the road, wishing you had taken a bicycle instead. Consumer Reports gave the X5 a low score due to these costly engine problems. It's a bit like showing up to a fancy dinner only to discover the food is burnt. Definitely not what you signed up for. Drum roll, please. Taking the top spot on our list is the 2010 BMW 3 Series, an iconic sedan that's as stylish as it is notorious for engine trouble. You might think you're getting a smooth ride, but this car is more like a roller coaster, full of unexpected twists and turns. The 3 Series is famous for its sleek design, but it comes with some serious baggage. Owners have reported engine oil leaks and timing chain failures that can lead to complete engine breakdowns. That's right, you could be cruising along feeling like $1,000,000 and suddenly your car decides it's had enough before you even hit 100,000 miles. Talk about a premature retirement. And let's not forget the repair costs, which can leave your bank account gasping for air. It's like getting a flat tire on your birthday. Not exactly what you had in mind. With a reputation like that, Consumer Reports rates the 2010 BMW 3 Series as one of the worst models for reliability. It's kind of like showing up to a party with a cake that's just frosting. Looks great on the outside, but doesn't have much to offer on the inside. So if you're you're on the hunt for a reliable used car, make sure to check out Auto Tempest. They'll help you find options that won't break the bank on repairs. Trust me, your wallet will thank you. And remember, avoid these cars if you don't want to end up paying more for repairs than the car itself. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and happy car hunting!